Hello, this is Miho from Canada. How are you guys doing? I hope your mental and physical health are good and fit. So today, talking about looking internally, what you really want to do. So when you want to do something, but if somebody wants to do the same thing, you might say, oh, go ahead, you can just do it and take whatever is there. And that's good. And it's very considerate to the point where you don't need to, press so hard. When you push yourself away just because other people want it, you don't need to really push people to really make the point. You just need to really say to yourself, this is something you really want to do. And when the answer is yes, you should do it for yourself. And there are always ways to do it, even though there are other people who want to do the same thing. So always talk to yourself internally what you really want to do. And when you are brought up in a way that you suppress your needs just because other people need it to make them happy, that sounds really good, but in order for others to be happy, you need to fulfill yourself first. At that moment, maybe you can let go of what you want to do and let other people to do it, and that's fine. But after a while, when you do it over and over and over, it builds up, means you're not fulfilled. You always wanted to do it, but you always withhold because you're taught or you believe that this is something respectable people would do, to let other people do their thing first. And it builds up and it will reach to the certain point, the max point, and then it will burst and you get really mad or upset or really sad. So you need to really be your own cheerleader. You're the only one who really knows what you like to do, and to express that, it's so important to be honest to yourself what you really want to do. And it's okay what you want to do. It's different from your family or friends or people around you. It's okay to express what you really want to do. It's a different time now. Before, maybe you kind of express the things that because other people say the same thing, so you feel safe to express what you want to do if it's the same thing with the others. But you kind of felt really awkward or kind of bad to express what you want to do because it's different from the others. But now it's okay. It's time for us to really accept the difference, accept the different viewpoints, and we'll still be friends and still be okay, because we're not all the same. We have different needs and different likes, and it shows up in a different time of your life, and we have different needs and different timings. So it really varies, it really depends. So you always think to yourself what you want to do. And in order to do that, you really need to know what you want to be like and to have a clear vision of yourself, what you like to do. If you choose to do one thing in your life, what would that be? That really eliminates a lot of things around your life. If you say yes to everything, your life or yourself would not be enough to cover all that, because there's so many things to say yes to. In order to do one thing really good, you will say no to hundreds of things in order to say yes to this one really important things in your life. So to have that clear vision, it really makes you focus to do what you really need to be doing, so that you eliminate other things that you could say no to. You don't have to do everything by yourself. Like, I'm guilty of that. I feel like I'm supposed to do everything by myself, and then I get overwhelmed. I get really worked up because there's only 24 hours a day. You get tired, you need to eat and sleep and all that in between, so that it just can't be done, and it gets frustrated, and the list goes on forever and never gets shortened. So you really need to know what's important to you, and that's something that you just can't let go. And when you have that clear vision of something really important to you in your life, you could say no to a lot of things to focus on this one thing that you really need to be focused on. So first, you really talk to yourself internally, and if you're pressing yourself too hard because you just want other people to be happy, it really makes yourself sad inside, and you're crying inside. So you really need to fulfill that. You fulfill yourself first. You get to the state of being really good and happy, peaceful, harmonized, and joyful. That really good state, so that you have less anger, less agitated, less worries, less guilt, that low level of consciousness. You have less time feeling that, so you always check your state of being to be up there, and there will be less anger in yourself, and you get really steady, and that means you're very connected to your higher self, and you get more information, intuitions, and you get really good ideas and creativities, and the timing gets really good, and you feel like somebody is really watching after you, because the timing is so perfect, and a miracle happens and things go well. So you need to be really relaxed state, and in order to do that, you really need to look internally and see and talk to yourself what you really like to do. No need to suppress what you need to do just because there are others who want to do it the same thing, or they say no otherwise. But what your likes and dislikes should be different from the others. That's fine, because you're different, and a different timing in your life has a different needs. So it really depends where you're at, and your learning speed and pace could be, and the needs in your life. So accept yourself to be different from the others. That's fine, and that's beauty. And people are getting more acceptable as to people are so different and different needs, and that's okay. And to fulfill yourself, to like yourself, and talk to yourself calmly what you really like to do. It's so important to find what you really want to do in your life, to have the clear vision, so that you have less things to do in order to focus. Say no to like hundreds of things in order to focus on this one thing that you really like to have in your life. So talk to yourself and make yourself really happy and fulfilled. Just looking at the sky, I do this all the time, or just walk and looking at the nature. It really heals yourself. By healing yourself, it's really a magic ingredient to calm yourself. Because when you're crying inside, it creates a lot of turmoil and a lot of emotions, and your vibration gets really shaky, which is not a good state. So heal yourself using the music, or the good food, or just taking the nature. So be in a good state really helps. Okay, see you soon. Okay, Bye bye.